there everyone, I hope you're having a great January so far. I did upload a delayed lookbook video, but let's just say that this is my first official vlog of the year. I wanted to share how my first week of the new year was, so come along with me as I visit a festival at a shrine for the new year, find a rare and delicious cheesesteak shop, and go on a nice peaceful walk through various neighborhoods on my way to visit my friend's house for cupcake tasting. Some of you who may have seen my winter vlogs from last year might remember that I also went to a shrine at the beginning of the year. In Japan, many people go to the shrine or the temple in the first few days of the year to pray for good fortune in the coming year. You can also get some omikuji, which are random paper fortunes to test your luck and predict how your year will be. People also buy various lucky charms such as omamori, which serves different purposes such as keeping it for protection or to help make your wish come true. These can technically be done at any time of the year, but many people go during the New Year's holiday to commemorate a fresh start. The line to go pray was incredibly long at the shrine we went to, so again this year we ended up just going to the food stalls. Even just doing this was fun and an activity in itself, and I think it might be a yearly tradition. Typical festival foods you'll see are things like yakisoba, takoyaki, odango, potatoes with butter and toppings, and candied fruits. One of my favorites that I always get is shapping, which I believe comes from a Chinese dish. It reminds me of a fried and flattened round dumpling. It has a lot of cut up veggies and meats inside, and the dough is very chewy and soft. We also got a few other things, and there were tables outside, but we decided to just take it back and eat it at home. On New Year's, many people eat osechi, which is a traditional Japanese New Year's food that comes in stacked boxes and is filled with many different dishes. Each of the dishes symbolize things such as happiness or longevity for the upcoming year. This year, my friend ordered this non-traditional sweets version and was kind enough to share it with me. The sweets osechi was so pretty and delicious, and while it wasn't traditional, they still decorated it in a way that resembles normal osechi. I was mostly relaxing at home in my pajamas the entire break, but the weather has been so nice recently that on my day off, I decided to go out for a walk. I started in Shinjuku and walked for about 30 minutes and decided to visit a little shop near Hatagaya Station called Toyoda's Cheesecake that I found out about just the night before online. They specialize in cheesesteaks and American barbecue, which I don't really see too much of in Japan, so I was excited to try it. It was a small shop and I was lucky to get a seat. But while I was there were many customers coming in and out to eat and for takeout orders. They had so many options I was really conflicted, but I got the garlic cheesesteak since it was their #1 seller, along with french fries and coleslaw, and this set came out to be about 1,500 yen. Everything was really delicious and seasoned really well, and the man running the store was super busy doing the register and cooking by himself, but he was really nice and I got to chat with him a little bit. I definitely recommend and want to come back again to try their barbecue. Later that afternoon, I was going to a friend's house for a cupcake tasting in preparation of a cafe that they want to open, but I had some time so I decided to walk there. I realized recently that last year I didn't go on as many long walks like these where I just dedicate 3 to 4 hours of the day to explore random neighborhoods and just walk through little alleys. So one of my resolutions in 2023 is to do more of that. It's just so incredibly peaceful and relaxing, and even what seems like a normal, boring local neighborhood can be fun if you anticipate what's around the next corner, and you never know what you'll find. I actually found this antique shop selling old furniture and antiques and decided to take a look. I've never really been to a shop like this, and it was so interesting inside. The staff were very welcoming, and there was quite a few customers already inside and outside. It was about 3 floors, and the inside was quite cramped due to the amount of big items and furniture, but it was kind of fun and felt like walking through a maze. I was just browsing since these items wouldn't really match my home interior, but I thought it must be so fun to look for things in here if I had a more traditional styled house. After looking through the shop, I continued on my way toward my friend's house. I still had some time to kill, so I decided to go through Shimokitazawa. I think I've shown a little bit of Shimokitazawa in a previous video, but I do hope I can do a full video on it someday since there is so much to see and do and eat in Shimokita. Shimokita is a very trendy and unique neighborhood that is really relaxed, and a lot of young people like to come for its vintage clothing stores, music bars, cafes and restaurants, and so much more. It's really great for a lot of people who love the arts and music and fashion. I would personally like to consider myself pretty good at directions and overall just not getting lost, but for some reason I can never quite map out Shimokitazawa very well in my head, since there's so many different streets and alleys with all different kinds of shops on all sides of the station. I actually once did a town puzzle solving activity here with my friends a few years ago, in which you can get a booklet of riddles and puzzles to solve, and in order to find the answers, you have to walk through Shimokitazawa and go to different parts of the town. This is available in a few different areas as well. I've also done a Kichijoji one, and I really recommend it. It is such a fun way to get to know an area, and there's no time limit, so we took our time looking inside shops and eating along the way, and it ended up taking us maybe about 4 hours. But again, even then, I feel like I've only gotten to know about maybe 5% of what Shimokita has to offer, and there's just endless things to do and see, so I'm excited to continue coming back in the future, maybe on days where I have a bit more time to explore and bring you all along. I know Shimokitazawa is a very popular spot for tourists to visit as well, and I think it's a very foreign-friendly area, so if any of you have come to Shimokitazawa before, let me know your recommendations. After a while of browsing around Shimokitazawa, the sun was beginning to set, and I realized it was the perfect time for me to start heading toward my friend's house, so I left and continued on my way. I finally reached my friend's house after walking a total of about, I think it was 17,000 steps throughout the day, which I would say is a decent amount of exercise to make up for the cupcakes that I knew I was about to eat. As I mentioned before, a few of my friends that run a cupcake store are hoping to create a physical cafe here in Tokyo, and they were kind enough to invite me to a little cupcake tasting. every flavor looked so good. I had the strawberry chocolate and mint chocolate and yuzu, and they were all so delicious. I will link their Instagram page below if anyone wants to check them out and give them some love. And that will be all for my first vlog of January. I have so much more that I want to show you guys, and thank you so much for being here with me. One of my resolutions is really to be more active on this channel. I really enjoy it, and I really thank all of you that are always here to watch, new and returning viewers. I really appreciate it. So thank you always for supporting me, and I cannot wait to show you more of my daily life in Tokyo.